Oh yeah, we gonna talk about this one. So I get hit up all the time. Well, let me stop that for a second. I'm Lurchums, the gatekeeper, the king of Rhode Island. A lot of y'all know me, but for those of you that don't, that's who I am. So I get hit up all the time. People asking me what I think about 1090 Jake, because they know where I'm from in Rhode Island. Well, all of Rhode Island is not that far from Beantown. You know what I mean? Saying we fucking 25 minutes away from Boston in the streets. So we hear a lot of what goes on out there, and they hear a lot of what happens out here because we so close. And believe me, we've been scrapping it out with Beantown and Rhode Island since the fucking 80s. Them cats from the Bean used to come down to the clubs in Providence and pop off the strap and be like, Beantown, motherfucker. Like, so we know Beantown, Beantown knows us. That's that. So people hit me all the time asking me, yo, what's the word about Jake out there? What's the word about Jake out there? The plain and simple facts are there is no word about Jake out here. Because Jake got put on that set that he's flagging down in the JIT camps in Florida. He wasn't really plugged into the sets up here in Boston. He never been tied to the Mecca. He ain't never been rolling one of the sets out of New York or been co-signed by any of them until he gained his notoriety, right, from YouTube by reporting on other people's beefs. And the factual part of the matter is he even did an interview on No Jumper or whatever it was when they asked him, why didn't you report on the beef in the local neighborhood you say you from? He said, because it was so close, I knew people from both sides. No. What happened was, Jake, you didn't want to get yourself in the mix, right? Telling a story about the real shit that goes on in the neighborhood you lived in because you know the repercussions would have gotten you. So you couldn't move like that. So it wasn't out of respect, Jake. It was out of fear why you didn't do that. And I'm from around the way, so we know about those beefs out there. We hear about it out here. It's ringing bells. All right? So that's the facts. He didn't report on that is because he's not what he claims to be. He wants to put everybody's paperwork out there acting like a gangster, acting like he's flying that flag and repping it heavy. But the bottom line is this. Pino, another Caucasian man who's making it look bad for other Caucasian men that are really from the block, just like Jake is. He's making it look bad for all of us because of the way they move. Pino got a footage out there of him telling. But he traveled 2,000 miles up the coast, went to 1090 Jake's house, right out where he lives at, and met him in the back parking lot and put the beach on him. Like Dre. He put a beach on him like Dre. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Jake was leaking the whole 9 yards. So you out here putting out paperwork on other cats that are telling. You get beat on by a stool pigeon. Do nothing about it. But you flying that flag heavy. You didn't have the representation of none of these cats from anywhere other than them JIT camps in Florida until you got the bag on YouTube. So, Jakey, it's time you start telling the truth, man, because you a poor representation of real Caucasians that came from the block and really lived that life. I'm 44, Jake. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no youngster. And if you was anybody of any notoriety, I'd have known about you. The gatekeeper, the king of Rhode Island.